Hello everyone and welcome to a new tutorial on how to make a speed ramp transition in After Effects. If it's your first time in After Effects, I know it can look confusing, but I swear it's much more easier what it looks like. So please follow along and let's dive into it. Alright, so before jumping to the edits, I need to specify that this kind of transition, it works only if you film it in a certain way. It means that you need to pay attention to three key factors: matching the movement, matching the speed, and matching the colors. The more you're matching these three elements, the smoother gonna be the transition. So, for example, these two clips that I have, which I filmed in a recent project, you can see they go in the same direction, from left to right. Okay? So first things, matching the movement. Second things, matching the speed. So of course everything was like filmed on a gimbal, and in this case it's gonna be easier. If you can match the speed while you're filming, this gonna make even a smoother transition. Of course, the speed you can modify, but the better you film, the better the transition is going to be. And second thing, matching the color as much as possible. Of course, this was like filming in the same room with the same light condition, same exposure, so it's gonna work quite well. All right, so now let's create the speed ramp. So we're gonna right click on the first layer. We're gonna start from that. We go on time, enable timeline mapping. So as you can see, After Effects, it's putting some keyframes already here and there. But we can add as many keyframes as we want just by clicking here, as you can see. Alright, basically how it works, we need to put one keyframe where you want the speed ramp to start. In this case, I want the speed ramp to start somewhere here and end at the end of the clip, which is here. If we're clicking on this second keyframe, you can see that we can drag it. We can drag it back. And this will increase the speed. Of course, if we're like dragging it like farther, it's gonna slow it down. But we need to create like a speed ramp transition, so we're gonna drag it down. So if you see now, he has increased the speed. Maybe let's put this on quarter so it's gonna be easier. Yeah. Let it render 1 second. Alright, so see that it has increased the speed, but it's still not quite enough. Of course, you need to experiment because each clip it's different. So it's a matter of just trying out. So I'll definitely need more speed. I'll increase it more. This is pretty good, I think. This is pretty good, yes. Perfect. Okay. Now the important thing that we have to do is we can shorten it. Put it here. Things that we need to do, we need to ease this keyframe, because basically the moment between the normal speed to the speed ramp is very like rough, so we need to make it smoother. Let's ease in. So on the first one you're gonna put easy ease out, on the second one easy ease in. All right. So basically is gonna go in the speed ramp much more smoother than before. The only problem that now is kind of increasing the speed here and decreasing in here, and this is not good for the transition because we want to keep the momentum in order for the transition to work. So what we're going to do now is highlight the keyframes, go in the graph editor, finally. You can see, so if you don't see this, go here on the graph type and options and choose the edit value graph. You can choose the other one as well. I find the edit value graph to be the easier to understand, so I'm gonna go ahead with this one. You can see what is going on here is basically increasing the speed and then decreasing it, but we want to keep the momentum as I just said. So what we can do is drag this point in a way that is gonna keep the speed, creating this kind of curve. So right now, if I'm playing it, you can see that it's keeping the speed. It's actually accelerating. Alright, so the first clip is done. Now we're gonna have to match the speed with the second clip, because now we have basically did the speed ramp only to the first clip. Alright, so again, right click, time, enable timer mapping. I'm gonna add a keyframe at the start and where you want the transition to finish. This can vary based on your clips and your preferences. Maybe here. Yeah. Again, like before, for increase the speed, drag it back. Let's see. Alright, start looking good. But the speed they're clearly not matching. The first one you can see that is much faster than the second one. So this, as I said, is just like a matter of trying out. Much better. Like the other one, we need to is out, the first one, and is in the second one. Let's highlight it. So we have to do the same thing, but reversed, basically. Before we dragged this point down. Now what we need to drag this point up. Alright? So it's gonna be speed and then decrease it. So it's basically the opposite. As you can see, it's already working pretty well. But we need the one very important ingredient to this recipe, which is the motion blur. For do this, right click, new, adjustment layer. You're gonna drag the adjustment layer on top of everything, and then you go in effect. You type CC force motion blur, and you drag it to the adjustment layer. This will create motion blur, in particular where the speed is. The more the speed, the more motion blur they're going to be. You can work and try and experiment with this parameter. I usually increase it just a bit. Instead of 8, I do 12. Now let's give it like some rendering time, because of course like adding the CC for motion blur is gonna like definitely slow down the software a little bit. And boom! And this is basically your transition. Alright, so we are in Premiere Pro now, where I'm gonna show you how to polish the transition and make it look really effective. For the transition to work, of course, we need to add some sound effects. This will really like makes a difference in the outcome. So I've imported my exported sequence from After Effects that we previously did. Boom. Alright, so very easy, like usually for this speed ramp transition you want to add like some whoosh sound. So I'm gonna add this one, which is one of my favorite. I just want to make it match like the curve of the whoosh with the curve of the ramp. So that the speed ramp is happening here and the fastest moment is here. So the peak of the whoosh is of course here. So in this way it will match. Let's see. Nice, of course it's very loud, so we bring it down. It needs to be more subtle. Much better. And this is basically it. For color grading, just add an adjustment layer. Adjustment layer on top. And you can use my LUT, which I will link in the description below. It's the Origin LUT, which is my LUT. You can purchase it on the link. It's very easy, no need to do fancy color grading and thing. Works well. Always need maybe some minor adjustment, so maybe I would add a bit of contrast. Not too much. Bringing down the highlights. Bringing the saturation a bit up. So without the LUTs, with the LUTs. Link in the description below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next tutorial. Cheers!